from Islam that came in to say that, look, right, we need to protect the moral fabric of society to prevent this sort of crime going wild, yeah? So now, if you look at it, because there's none of these punishments, people steal, there's knife crime, there's all sorts of bad things that happen now, yeah? People are not safe, right? And a lot of people that I speak to who are victims of crime and aggravated theft, they say, and if it's, God forbid, your child or your wife or your son, yeah, they would say, I'd much rather have an Islamic system of governance that has such strong rules that would prevent this from happening in society. It's only when you're a victim of... It's not about women.
What about, if you committed adultery, would you get stoned?
But anybody who commits
a man can commit adultery and a woman can't.
The thing is, my friend, you see, the family is the most important institution in society, yeah? Children who are brought up without parents, without, a father figure, yeah? They're so much more likely to be delinquent in terms of crime. They're more likely to become rapists, they're more likely to have drugs, they're more likely to go out and cause violence. And, so the family is very, very important that is preserved, yeah? And in Islam, what it basically says is that it's so important that if somebody has the ability to satisfy their sexual desire with their wife, yeah, or with a co-wife, or, he's got various opportunities to have that side of him fulfilled, yeah? And he goes outside that framework to go and do it illegally and destroy the family and destroy society. At that moment, then, again, if there's witnesses to see that you saw it, literally saw the act, like the scholars have said, it's like the ink in the pen in the ink, meaning they actually saw the act of
people being known to lie.
Yeah, people no, and then it's a good point. So it says that the witnesses, they have to be a certain number. I think it's 4 witnesses. Yes, they have to describe it absolutely accurately. They have to be trustworthy, upright, and if there's any doubt again that happened, then again the hadith where the saying of the Prophet said that it's better to let a guilty man go free than to punish an innocent man. So hold on. So what I'm trying to say to you is that the Islamic punishments are very severe. Yes, they are there. They're even there in the Old Testament, etc. It's not something we made up. It's always existed, yeah? But it's there to preserve the society.
Is this happening in
to preserve
England
your
right
family.
Now?
Sorry?
Is this happening in England?
It can only apply under an Islamic government.
I understand that.
Which is providing food, clothing, shelter,
is
the
it
whole
happening
infrastructure.
undercover in this country right now?
Where
somebody goes, you're having undercover court cases.
No. The only
I've heard that it is happening.
No, you have Sharia courts that deal with family disputes.
Yeah, exactly. It's happening in England.
No, but there would be no punishments online. For example, somebody's having a divorce issue, somebody wants advice about, can they get an abortion? Somebody's having, questions about whatever, the rights of the children, the rights of whatever, family law stuff, yeah? Same thing for the Jews as well, they have the best thing. And even practicing Christians, they also have their code of conduct. So in that regard, there is laws, like social laws, customary laws, religious laws, that people voluntarily go to get guidance for. But there's no punishments. And all of the punishment system in Islam is only applicable in an Islamic state, which is providing food, clothing, shelter. It's not in a state of war. There's justice being implemented. Everybody's happy and fine. And then, in those situations, people can go up and escalate the situation where, for example, God forbid, if any of our family members, daughters, whatever, wives, was raped or something like that, then we could request justice. And even then, the Quran says, yes, you can request justice, but, and it says eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, but the highest level you can have is to forgive as well. So it even says you've got the right to do it, but even you got the right to forgive as well.
May I ask you a personal question, right? So supposing you went home to your family tonight and said, Dad, Mum, I no longer want to be with you. What would
that I no longer want to be with you?
Yeah. Come on, I'm throwing that question.
Excuse me. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I've come from Pakistan. Can I get a picture with you?
MashaAllah. Yes, of course you can.
Yeah, but will it be easy to would they be accepted?
I think this is just a case by case basis.
Thank
My
you.
family personally, I would say a lot of parts of how they behave is more cultural as well. So to them, I would say I'm the most religious person in my family currently. So to them,
would you be outcast?
Of my family?
Yeah, would they outcast? Would they say?
My family personally, I don't think, they'll probably be like, okay, what are you talking about? They'll probably be like, let's see where this is
Brother,
going.
apart from every individual's family is going to be different. Like her family might react different. But if you're asking like what Islam says about apostasy, there's a whole thing there, which is number one. The most golden rule is that la ikraha fi din. There's no compulsion in religion. Like, there's nobody can force you to believe anything. And so that's the first thing. No one can force you to believe. Like, you can believe if you want.
Yes, of
The
course.
issue of apostasy.
My brother.
Where are you from?
Malaysia.
Malaysia, mashallah, mashallah. I like Malaysia. Mashallah, take care, bro.
Where's Hamza and Nashib?
Huh?
Where's Hamza and Nashib?
Hashim will come a bit later. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Hamza's coming today. But Hashim, he comes.
Christian government. This is not something exclusive.
He should be around this time, to be honest. Yeah, Hashim comes every week.
If somebody publicly
he should be
goes
here.
out and says, basically, I'm no longer
Those guys
affiliated
are preaching.
with
Yeah, watch. When Hashim Mansoor come, preaching finished.
You know, I was there for 1 minute and I knew immediately they're from that group that, come to troll and, ruin debates.
Soko films.
It's I think it's DCCI or something. I've heard that name thrown around.
That's how they do it.
It's
if you was to
especially that cameraman.
Yeah, he was on a flex.
God
God knows what flex he was on.
insurrection.
You know what I'm saying?
The punishment is what?
Where's the German brother gone?
It still applies.
Oh, there's a German
So
brother.
it's in that context, that like treachery and
Sorry, is it alright if I can get a picture with you?
Yeah, go for it.
My dad told me
many
this,
scholars of Islam.
Assalamu alaikum, uncle, how are you? Mashallah.
And they have these discussions.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Whether it would be entirely applicable. So again, I mean, a friend of mine was telling me that he went to Africa and so he went to Africa, and it's a terrible story, but he was approached by I think it was about like a 10 or 11-year-old girl, and she kept approaching him, basically saying that, I want to have, relations. Basically, she
come.
was selling herself.
Come in just to see you.
And
Come on.
I'll see you upset you in here.
Mashallah.
And her pimp was standing in
Yes,
front of her. And he was forcing her to do this, and she was very, very scared. She was scared, and she kept coming in again. And a lot of
really?
foreigners and
Yeah.
food
Salam.
Give you advice for video.
sort of countries.
Oh, really?
You know
They do
the
that sort of
Ukraine
stuff.
issue?
Yes.
And
it'd be nice to ask
the
people
person
in the
who was
street.
narrating this story,
What did
he
they
said, when I witnessed
actually-
that,
I think Ali did it.
saw that,
He went and he asked about violence in general. People assumed it was Ukraine, but ended up being Palestine. Is that what you're referring to?
It was similar, very similar. So check your Instagram.
See what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. If somebody has been robbed or somebody's been raped or all that kind of stuff, the punishment is severe.
They thought Russia is. Just send it to me again, yeah? Today, because they'll come at the top of the list.
And then
Are you guys enjoying your time here?
when they come inside,
Yeah.
what happens?
Nice. Are you staying here for a few days?
In prison,
We live in
right?
London.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to bring them now so they can.
Some holidays and that, isn't it?
because they know what's gonna happen to them.
Where? What was the plan today?
They know what's
Plan today was just to come. They wanted to come and see you.
Nice. You have good taste. Come on.
And so we went around. We saw some of the discussions, and then
good
those
question.
Christians on the side.
Very good.
Yeah, mashallah. No, that's awesome.
I think
Enjoy
Tommy
yourselves,
Rhodes has
inshallah.
changed his mind now.
Yeah? Take care,
He's gone
mashallah.
to a lot of Andrew Tate and stuff like that.
He's a convert, isn't he?
He's not a convert. Now, Andrew Tate,
His discussion is really good. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt. You know when it's really good? I don't like interrupting. Huh? Yeah.
Why? Attracting a lot of people. That's right.
Yeah, he just had that really loud voice.
I don't know personally. I don't know much about Tate. I heard he's
He's been banned from social media.
Yeah,
But
I've been
guys,
banned.
The thing is with him, he's really smart because he said the most craziest thing. He said so
Maybe this
Islam-
brother knows Andrew Tate.
Do you know Andrew Tate?
I know of him, yeah. I don't know him personally.
Me personally, I don't know. I know he used to be a kickboxer.
Yeah.
I thought he was a Muslim convert. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, he's not.
I know him.
He's actually a Christian.
He's a Christian.
Yeah, he's a Christian.
But he's a Muslim now, isn't he?
No, he's not. No. He's still a Christian. No, these are microphones. There's the camera. Can't be honest. But yeah, Tate was He's a Christian. He was a Christian, but he appreciates Islam. He appreciates what's going on, and he looks at the bigger picture. So you'll see him praising Donald Trump because I mean that's his political allegiance. You see him praising Islam, and you see him talking about issues like the gender roles and stuff like that. That I'm sure you understand that if you talk about gender roles, it's a big issue. It's enough to get cancelled. Why did you get cancelled?
Cancer.
Cancelled. Hope you don't get cancelled. Cancelled.
I'm always on social media.
You fell off, or?
No, I'm always because I don't. This
You've got an opinion,
gender, LGBT, sticking flags everywhere. Come on.
What was it that you said that you thought because
Well, I'm
of?
against it.
No, so am I, but I'm not
against
cancelled either.
It's the way you say it as well, isn't it?
No, it's the way you say it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you say it more
you've got police
bluntly.
officers wearing these rainbow helmets. You know, police LGBT colours and all of that. Where's the if a police officer wore a heterosexual, a straight badge saying I'm straight, there'd be outcry.
Yeah,
There'd be outcry.
I agree with
Can
you.
you imagine in Sainsbury's and you see somebody, a sales assistant, and he had a badge, happy to be straight? There'd be outcry.
There would.
But you say I'm happy to be a transgender. Oh, come on, man, they're welcoming
You
it.
see, this is the reason, my friend, why society needs guidance. Because if you allow society to decide, it's always going to change.
Yeah, I'm
flux,
with you, with the trends and all
the
that.
trends are always changing and stuff like that. And the dangerous thing is it's affecting a lot of the younger children, and they're growing up in a world now where they're confused. They're questioning.
They're more than confused.
They're questioning
They're lost.
their identity. Like at the age of 5 or
There's
6,
mate,
they're
you're
being offered surgery, before they even got the right to vote and things like that. Many of them,
I'm with you on that.
many of them, because they've been confused, they've gone ahead and had surgery and stuff like that, and then regretted it. So this is the confusion that is going on inside. This is why society needs guidance, and it needs guidance not from human beings and human minds, but it needs it from a higher source, which is, which is God. So then the next question is, what is that guidance? Where do we get it from? You see what I'm saying, yeah? So you see how Islam now, it deals with the issue of women nicely, it deals with the issue of, preventing crime in society, but it also has a beautiful system of like encouraging morality, charity, being mindful of your neighbor, basically like all these beautiful things, getting to know God, having that relationship with God, being conscious of your responsibility to the wider world to make it a positive place. So if that guidance is telling us this is how we behave, or this is how we should behave, then surely doesn't it make sense now that we follow that? You see what I'm saying,
So far, like, we've agreed on most of the points.
Yeah, but all right.
So now the next question, my friend, next question is, I'm making a claim to you, right, that along with the teachings of Moses, Jesus, all the previous prophets, that the teaching that came to Muhammad is all from the same source, and the most relevant source now of that information, that guidance from God now, in our time, is the last one, is the last and current version, right, which is basically the Quran, Now, if that is the case, and we believe that it's true from God, shouldn't we basically follow that and accept that? There's only one God.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying to you. It's all from the same God. We might call him different names. It's the creator. It's the one who made everything. The one who fashioned everything. The one who is behind, like even the movements of the atoms and the electrons and everything that is around you. You look at the trees, the sky, the moon. All of this system, how complicated it is. Like even inside your body, if you look at how complicated you are, right? It's amazing. All of this couldn't have come about by chance. There's surely somebody who designed it. You see what I'm saying? And that same designer now, who's designed all this perfect system, is also given a perfect system of how we should live our lives. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we're saying now that God, we might have a different name for him, Some people call him Allah, some people call him God, some call him the Grand Architect, some call him whatever, all different names. Ultimately, it's the same source, And he's communicated throughout history to different people at different times through different books. But it's just now we're making a claim. I'm making a claim to you that the most important book now which has this guidance, is the Quran. You see what I'm saying? Yeah?
Why do Muslims not integrate with their neighbours and the community?
You know what it is, my friend? Okay, it's a good question. Yeah?
It is a very good question.
But what you have to remember is that
You're laughing at that one.
No. It's a question to do with people's behaviour rather than what the scripture is teaching. You see what I'm saying? So you might have Muslims who are white English converts, yeah? They're integrating, they're going to see their family, whatever, during Christmas or whatever else, yeah? Right? They've still got good relations, yeah? They're fully integrated. You might have Muslims who come from a poor country, whatever, refugees, yeah? They can't even communicate. Like, and so then people are going to stick together and they might not be integrating to the same sort of level, yeah? But that doesn't mean that religion is telling people not to interact, discuss, be neighbourly, be friendly. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, I'm from a Muslim family. I'm integrating.
You're
with
right.
You.
It's because
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't fit that narrative. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You're going to meet good and bad people everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. So like the religion tells us that even if your parents, whatever, they don't believe in God, they might be Christian, whatever, yeah, you still have to give them their due and respect, yeah, and you have to be nice to them. You know, there's a teaching of the Prophet where he said that wish for your brother what you wish for yourself, and the scholars of Islam said that your brother in this context is talking about your brother in humanity, meaning I wish guidance for you. The best thing I could ever do for you is not buy you anything. I could give you something which is the tools of how you could live a beautiful life. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you can give a man a fish, but if you teach him how to fish, he'll never go poor. I'm giving you the fishes. I'm giving you the
bait and the line.
Yeah, I'm giving you all of that for how you live your life. No, I'm not giving it to you. The Quran is claiming to give that to you. You see what I'm saying? And if you look at it, you will live a very beautiful life. If you look at the family, if you look at
You're telling lies.
if you look at the way that families are so important, Muslims statistically have got the strongest family units. Yeah. If you look at the lowest levels of rape and crime and all that sort of stuff, Muslim societies have them. Why have they still got them old values? They used to be here in England.
Have you read one before?
Yeah. I haven't actually read one, but I've heard about it. So
Oh, nice. You can take some other literature.
No, this is fine.
You sure? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
If you have any questions, we're here. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So this is why we need guidance, my friend.
So there's only two genders, isn't it?
Yeah.
Male and female. Adam and Eve. No Steve.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Look, there's people, very, very small percentage of people who might have, confusion or challenges or something like that, yeah? But in Islam, we still say they're human beings. We have to treat them with respect and dignity, and that is their challenge. That is something that they have to work on. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you be horrible to them or anything like that, yeah. So no, but it's important to say that because some people say that, if you only believe that there's two genders, or that that you're going to be horrible against people who might have this. Some people have been abused, some people have been brought up in that culture. Whatever it is, right? That is their personal challenge, and they will be rewarded by God, in fact, for how they control their desires and how they conduct themselves.
So you don't mind seeing all them rainbow flags everywhere, shoved in
It's
your
not that
face?
you don't mind, it's just that you have to be tolerant.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we need tolerance.
I do mind.
I do.
I tell you why I do mind, because it is forcing an agenda.
Yes.
Onto my children without them having
What
the
about
choice.
the story reading? These transies going story reading to children.
Again, I disagree with that.
Come on.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Stop.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
So okay, let's bring it back then, my brother. Okay, so tell me this now, yeah? You basically have agreed with everything that Islam is teaching. So you follow that. Bring the camera.
Smile2Jannah.
How are you, man?
Interesting. I like the camera.
Are you a camera guy? Yeah.
Yeah, as you wish.
Brother, be careful of so-called there. He's on a crazy one today. As soon as Hashim Mansour come, send them to him with the Bible.
Yeah.
Because they've been trying, because it's not really my thing.
What's the plan here? Lovely shoes, by the way.
Yeah?
They're A's.
Yeah, thanks, man. I thought I'd try a different look today.
Hey, you know,
You know what I'm saying?
rock and roll.
Come
Proper threats.
on.
The whole bit, yeah.
Don't play
Because of
yeah?
conversation.
Our conversation, yeah? Okay. Should we do all of them, yeah?
Always food for thought.
So, what's your view about how we have, how the verse has come about, our purpose, etc., etc.?
I think when we talk about our purpose, it is to look for that which humans always